Welcome everyone to this lecture on the create keyword. Let's now learn the syntax to create a table in SQL using this create keyword and the generalized column syntax. So, when you're creating a table, this is the full general syntax layout, and we're going to focus on just a couple of things here, and then we'll walk through some examples in pgadmin. But let's go over the general syntax components. First, there's the create table, and then you choose whatever table name you want. So you would say something like create table payments or create table customers. Next are the columns that are within that table, and you'll choose the column name, then the data type for that particular column, and then you'll add in any column constraints. And you just have this almost as a list of different columns. Something to pay attention to are the fact that we use commas to separate out these columns. A really common mistake for beginners is they forget this comma at the end, and then you'll get some sort of weird error that's hard to actually diagnose. So again, just remember there's a comma there when we're dealing with the actual columns. Next, you add in any table level constraints that you want, so you can list off different table constraints, and we talked about those options in the constraints lecture. And then, in case you have some sort of relationship to another table, and you can inherit from an existing table. Now we'll talk about things like table constraints and the inherits command later on. For now, I really just want to focus on creating the table and setting up your columns. So we're going to follow along right now for this lecture with what I'm going to call common simple syntax, which is just creating the table and then adding in your columns. Let's work through a very quick example, and then we'll go over to pgadmin and actually code it out.